sunny, but I'm afraid very wild and blustery Lorcombe Lane at Keighley. It really is cold and very, very thin here this afternoon, but nevertheless the players will get pretty warm because Salford are trying to make it 20 consecutive wins in the second division. Keighley, in a comfortable sort of mid-table anonymous place, 12th, they want to be the first side to lower Salford's colours. My summariser this afternoon is a man who's known perhaps a little better in other spheres, the round ball game of soccer, belonging to that most loved and controversial of officials, soccer referee Neil Midgley, and a director of Salford. Oh, hey, you're getting a round of applause, I think. My word,
yes, they're on the same tour as me. It's the last time I booked with Thompson's coming here. By gum.
But what's it like being a soccer man on a Saturday and a rugby man on a Sunday? How do you keep the two hats together?
Well, I've always watched rugby league, Keith, ever since I was 4-year-old, when my grandfather used to take me to the Willows and I used to play in the muck and didn't know what they were doing. But in truth, I find it therapeutic.
That's a big word, Neil.
Well, it is. I couldn't spell it even if you asked me, but I find it quite comical to be sat in the stand these days on a Sunday and listen to somebody else getting some flack, you know, the referees. But I do love my rugby league. I think it's the best spectator sport around when it's played properly, and I just can't get to the Willows quick enough on a Sunday.
You're a top international soccer referee. Would you have liked to have been a rugby league referee?
I don't really know. I've achieved most things in soccer, so if I'd have been a rugby league referee, I wouldn't have achieved those things, and I've got some lovely memories and made a lot of good friends. But, you know, I was going to become a rugby league referee at one stage when Eric Lawrenson, the old rugby league referee, and Dennis Davis, like us all, we all want to get up the ladder as quickly as we possibly can. And I was stuttering my way through the non-league at the time as a soccer referee, and I couldn't see any avenues for promotion. So Eric and Dennis Davis, the late Dennis Davis, said, well, they'd prepare the land and let me have a go. And I was as near as that, and at the end of that season, I got promoted, and it's just taken off from there, really.
Yeah. On to rugby league and the Salford side. You must be proud of them as a director. They're certain for promotion. But what about today? I think Keighley gave Warrington a good game for half an hour last week.
Oh, we're going to have to work hard today. There's no question about that. We find coming over here to Keighley's and Battley's and Dewsbury's, it's not quite as easy as a lot of people might think. It will be difficult on here. Excuse me. It'll be difficult because of the weather. We've got next Sunday in mind, which is a very big match for us at Oldham. And we've actually rested a couple of players today. I hope that's not going to be too expensive.
That's your two centres, isn't it?
The two centres, Gilfillan and Williams. But the two lads that are in, Burkitt and Tony Howard, they're good lads anyway, so they should be able to do the business.
But obviously, on a windy day like this, handling is not going to be easy. A muddy pitch too.
Well, it's muddy, it's windy, and it's very, very cold. And that also produces handling errors. What we've got to do is keep the ball tight and keep driving it in, and hope the likes of Shane Hanson can tattle like they did at Sheffield last week and pick up the bits then.
Let's look at the teams then, Neil.
Yes.
Well, there's the glorious backdrop of the Bronte countryside. Keighley, coached at the moment by Tony Fisher and Peter Asprey, who did a lot of good service together at Bramley. And, of course, Hugh Fisher, Tony's son, at present serving in the Gulf, so good luck to him. Let's hope he'll be on his way home soon. The new face and new name there, number 7, Heath Godfrey, who spent a long time as a sort of scrum half apprentice at Bradford Northern. That's the Keighley side. One New Zealander there, Aaron Palalai, in the second row. The Salford side, well, there's the Salford team. As you said, Neil, Tony Howard and Martin Burkitt in the centre for Williams and Gilfillan. But Francis Leota, let's hope he finishes the game for you.
Yes.
And it's Neil, like a gun dog, looking at his watch. So Keighley 12th in the table, although beaten by 40 points last week in the Challenge Cup against Warrington, by all accounts put up a tremendous show, particularly in the first half an hour before they ran out of steam against first division opposition. Salford gave us that good win in that thrilling game at Sheffield Eagles last week. We're talking about Francis Leota, Kiwi international. Hasn't had the best of luck with injuries, Neil.
No, he's not. He's played 4 games for us at the moment and hasn't completed one, or hasn't started on one occasion. He's a wholehearted player, which we took from Sheffield Eagles in exchange for Peter Tunks. Smashing lad, but very unlucky with injuries. We're hoping for a big game from him today, and with next week in view as well.
And of course, you'd like another big game from Andy Bird. He's had a smasher at Sheffield.
Well, Andy's playing out his skin. He's just got his first under-21 cap, of course, so he's on top of his game.
And penalty. Another penalty to Salford, and this fierce fighting wind is right in the teeth of Salford at the moment. Now Steve Carey, this could be interesting because Steve, the only man to have scored in every game he's played this season, in fact in every game, 300 points he scored, Steve. And in this first half it's not going to be an afternoon for kickers, Neil.
No, I think coming downhill it will be into this corner, actually, Keith, and I think that's where the winners will come from, if they can gain ground into this corner here with the wind behind them. But certainly going uphill, you've no chance. You've just got to run it and drive it in.
Which is what Salford are doing right at this moment. Getting close to the Keighley, 22 metres. Nice inside ball by Hansen, but spilled by Andy Burgess. You got some enthusiastic fans again, Neil, come over the top.
Oh yeah, we've got some good support really, and they're all hanging on the days of David Watkins and so on. And we hope one day they'll come back again, because they were magic nights at the Willows, Friday nights.
Indeed. There's Keighley with Keith Dixon. And Mr. Burke, sharp on the offside.
He's a good referee, this lad, Keith. He actually refereed the Lancashire Cup final, if you remember, Widnes and Salford, and he's quite a good referee. You've got to be when you've got a name like Burke and you're the referee.
Yes, and I think that one, well, it's come back off the fencing, so that's the ball save. Means a lot when a club's short of money. Keighley with Greg Keighley. Keighley have the wind, of course. That's Heath Godfrey making his debut this afternoon. Godfrey working a move. Oh, and that was always going forward, Neil, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, forward and a knock-on in one go, yeah. He's playing the advantage.
No scores yet. Early minutes of this game. Fist going in. Ian Sherritt didn't seem to feel it too much. And Steve Carey. 120 goals, 14 tries, 4 drop goals. Shane Hansen, who made 65 tackles, I gather, last week, Neil.
Yeah, that's the strength of his game. He's not a running forward, Keith, but tremendous tackler.
Francis Leota's a running forward.
Yeah, he's a good lad, Francis.
That a long one from Frank Cassidy. Martin Burkett. Andy Burgess, 21-year-old, full of running. Little move, nice ball, quick quarrel. Sherritt leaves it wide. Well, I think in this wind, I understand the meaning of that phrase, hold on to your hats, Neil.
And everything else. Good gracious.
That's Jeff Butterfield.
It's a very famous name in rugby circles, of course.
It is indeed, a former England Rugby Union centre.
That's right, Keith.
Trusting to luck and hoping not to get it wrong. Was he a Northampton centre, Neil? Does our knowledge extend that far?
Yeah.
And it's Keighley, a good strong attack. Kevin Rose driving it in. Just 15 metres from the Salford line. Little dummy, nice little dummy by Andy Gascoigne. Forward on the middle break. He's surely in. What a good try. He caught Salford napping. That's the hooker, Hayden Kelly. Well, Neil, I think your defence bought that one.
Oh dear, they opened up there and he scampered in from about 15 yards.
The defenders waiting for him. Steve Gibson and Ian Sherrod.
Well, they ought to have tackled him on his back.
So, a surprise opening by Keighley. A shock opening with Hayden Kelly going from acting halfback to wriggle through 2 tackles. 4-0 to Keighley with Dixon. 5 minutes gone. Well, that's likely to happen a lot today, and may need somebody to come and put his hand on it. In fact, we've got someone coming down now. He's not quite sure. We have a player willing to help out if it blows over again. Mr. Burke says, yes, come on, hold the ball. It's the experienced Andy Gascoigne. Well, no. Piled up in the sand. Nice kick. Good kick. So, the undefeated league leaders, Neil, are 6-0 down.
Yes, plenty of time yet. That was a good try, really. The man was obviously thinking. We opened up. I just couldn't understand that at all.
And at the same time, he's not a big man, Hayden Kelly, but he got through Sheraton and Gibson.
Well, he was actually going over before Sherrick got there. There was only Gibson really to pick him off. They're going to have to tighten up. It won't be easy coming down this hill as well. I think we'd like to go in at half-time reasonably close to that.
That's a knock-on. So, a misfortune. And Salford have it with Cassidy. Salford will want to hit back after trailing 6-0 to that try. Reverse direction, Andy Burgess. That will have stung your side, I imagine, Neil.
Yeah. There's no room for lethargy, is there? Every game's a cup final for us these days, and that's how it should be, and the players are obviously aware of this. I think we'll be okay.
Mick Worrell. Cassidy. The long one, Adrian Hadley, 26 in midweek. The try certainly livens Salford up with Cassidy, little grubber kick, big chase. Now, is he onside?
Yes, he's giving it. Just give it.
I wouldn't mind having a look at that if we've got it on replay, because he must have gone like lightning, Neil, to have got there. If you talk us through it, Neil, when the slow motion comes up, I'm really interested to see if we've got it in shot, whether he was in front when the ball was kicked. Now, there's the kick. We may not be able to see it.
The ball's up for quite a while, you know. The wind's against it. It's very, very difficult. You know, the referee doesn't have the benefit of these action replays.
Indeed.
And I've been subjected to that more than most just recently. You haven't got the benefit. And he did actually look across at his touch just then for a confirmation.
Indeed. Martin Burkett, the scorer. So it's 6-4. The Keighley players did go to the referee and inquire. As well they might, because Martin Burkett showed a tremendous turn of speed then. So Steve Carey can breathe freely now. He's kept up his record. Points in every match.
He's a good kicker, Steve, you know. He played for Preston Grasshoppers, and you might think, well, that's not a rugby town. Well, of course it isn't, but he's actually was born in St Helens and moved to Preston as a lad.
10 minutes gone in the first half, and Salford facing this absolutely fierce gale. Have levelled at 6-all. Inside the Salford 22. You were saying, Neil, you'd like to go in either level or close at half-time. I imagine with this win behind you, there wouldn't be much doubt in the second.
Well, that's right.
Anyway.
We are, honestly, we are tremendously fit. Kevin Tamaty's done a great job, as Terry Cassidy has, and we'd be coming down the hill with the wind. I think we'd fancy our chances a little bit strongly. But if you're chasing the game, then it becomes a different kettle of fish, of course.
Indeed, liable to make mistakes. There's Heath Godfrey and moving it out to Jason Donnelly. Gets it out nicely to Julian Thompson. Good handling by Keighley. 6-all. Dummy. And that's been lost, so that could be 6 more. Andy Gascoigne drives over the 22. Mr. Burke not waving the 6 more yet. I thought that would have been a good case for it. Heath Godfrey, Dixon. Good short ball to Kevin Rose. No, a drop goal attempt. What a nice one too. What a well taken goal by Keith Dixon.
Yeah, it was good play. Well, they're playing with plenty of spirit, Keith, aren't they, as they come down the hill, Keighley?
Well, they've got to get a few points cushion at half-time. Nice drop goal by Keith Dixon. Well set up, well taken. So Salford kick off again, trailing, this time not by 6 points, but by just 1. This time Carlton Farrell makes absolutely sure. Keighley playing with the sort of spirit they showed in the first half an hour against Warrington last week.
Got to watch this Shane Hanson. Every tackle is in it, Keith, if you watch him. He's picking them off around the back. He's an incredible worker.
Yes, Sandy found time to make a try and score one last week too.
He surprised himself, I think.
Oh, what a kick! It hit the flag, so it's a restart from the 22.
Adrian Hadley played in the second row against Dewsbury on Tuesday night, Keith, and he seems to have the appetite for it now. He's coming in field a lot.
Well, he's a big lad, isn't he?
Yes.
Big, strong player. Francis Leota. Steve Gibson having a little gallop. And that's ball back. Godfrey trying to slip through. Gascoigne. And if we didn't have everything else, Neil, we've got a bit of rain and hailstones now.
Well, I'm looking across at the cricket pitch from here. I think it'll take spin after tea myself.
Keith Dixon, good running. Oh, how unlucky. Picked up by Worrell.
We could go all the way, or he's taken. So.
Well, it looks as if Kerry was just about to slip away then. McWorrell again. Sherritt. Kerry trying the long one to Tony Howard. Nice ball. Big Adrian Hadley. Oh, he got past that one. Oh, lovely kick. Oh, what a super try.
Oh, that's a lovely try.
Adrian Hadley, what a smashing try. Real Rugby Union trying away, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
little kick at the end.
bit of the John Bevans there, Keith.
Take us through it, Neil. He certainly knocked him out of
Shows
the
his
way.
strength.
Beautiful little chip
That's
kick.
a lovely kick. The wind helped him, you know, it stopped up for him. But we were just talking about how strong he was, and that proved it.
Another angle now. Well, let's see just how strong he is then, Neil. Good control.
Never took his eye off the ball. It's a perfect try.
Bounced nicely for him, but then you deserve it when you kick as cleverly as that. What a super try. Adrian Hadley.
I think he's somewhere around the 20 mark now, Keith, this year on tries.
Yes, indeed.
Now we'll see how good Steve Kelly is at kicking against this wind.
Well, he's got the goal that he wants. Well, a minder coming over. Steve's managing with that. Well, he allowed for the win, but it really is appalling, that gale. Did well to get it off the ground. So 10-7. Tries by Burkett, and that one by Adrian Hadley to Salford. A try by Hayden Kelly. Go by Dixon, drop go by Dixon. Hadley. Oh, he spilled it. Spilled it right in front of the post. Well, hero one moment, could be villain the next. Heath Godfrey got it out well. Fairbank. Nice rugby, this.
Yeah, they look dangerous when they get into the 25, Pete. They're
Coulter.
playing with some heart.
Gascoigne, foul line. And a penalty.
Mick Waddle a bit
Could have
high.
been off the ball, tackle a little bit high.
Mick Waddle was a bit high, Keith.
So a chance of 2 points to narrow it to 9-10. Dixon. $7-10 at the moment. A Keith Dixon penalty, a wind backed in front of the post. Over he goes, 9-10. Well, we're getting a good match, Neil.
Yeah, he looks quite confident when he's kicking, this lad. He has a nice action. We'll see what he's like against the wind afterwards, because really that's the acid test, isn't it, when
It is
all the
indeed.
conditions are against you.
Keighley 9, Salford 10.
Yeah, it's a good game so far.
19 minutes gone in the first half. Gascoigne and oh, what a good break! Palalai! What a super run by the Kiwi. Keighley lined out. Kevin Rose. Mr. Burke has a look at that and says it wasn't a high tackle, just collar. Little chip. Salford have it. Excellent game, end-to-end stuff. 10-9 to Salford, 20 minutes gone. Cassidy. Well, here you have it. Now there are men to spare over here. Now, can he do it again? Not this time. He's lost it.
He's lost the ball.
He's holding on to it, but I think he spilled it. Mr. Buck saw that. or the touch judge is. Little burst of welcome sunshine.
It's the same sun they have in Mallorca, you know, they tell me. Can't believe it myself.
Round the blind side, Andy Gascoigne. Heath Godfrey, what a good ball. Well taken by Dixon. Oh, that was careless. Or perhaps just a little bit of misunderstanding. Bit unlucky, Jeff Butterfield, but he got it back. Farrell. Oh, good running. Dixon. Excellent rugby this by Keighley.
Yes, they're putting with spirit.
Dixon. Down it goes. Well, that was a nice little spell by Keighley.
Each time they come into this from about 35 yards out, Keith, they've always looked quite dangerous.
Good running.
The handling errors will be plenty today, I think, with the conditions, obviously.
Indeed. Penalty to Salford. Steve Carey of the place kick. I'm going to put it straight between your eyes, Neil.
Always safe up here.
Out in the car park. Sherratt thundering in. Acting half-back Mark Lee. He's kept Moran out to the side, hasn't he?
Yes, and Joe Walsh. He's been a good signing from St Helens, Keith. A good tactical kicker as well.
Cassidy. That's a good break. Burgess again. McWall acting half-back. Cassidy. Yes, the long one. Steve Gibson. That sidestepping run he loves. And he's lost it, but it's nicely tidied up. Oh, lovely dummy by Lee. Thompson, the man who got to it first. As you say, Neil, mistakes inevitable in these conditions.
Got to be. It must be terrible to play out there in this.
Heath Godfrey having a good game. Well, you can see what the lad had in mind there. Caught in two minds, I think. Shall I pass it? Shall I hold on? Fell between the two stools.
It's obvious what's happening now, Keith. The field's breaking up a little bit when we are attacking, and that's what we need to do. And then when we've got a broken field, our better pace should see us home. But who knows? They're playing well, Keighley.
Well, they have to with the win in this first half. It's 10-9 to Salford. Cassidy trying to reverse play, well smothered. Frank Cassidy had an excellent first half against Sheffield Eagles last week. McWarrell. Ian Sherratt couldn't take it.
He's up before the disciplinary on Thursday, of course, so we shall all be sweating on that one.
Yes, because if he gets a ban, then he's out of the Oldham games when it's a cup tie. Who would you put at centre half then?
I don't know what Kevin would have in mind. We've still got David Fell in reserve, you see.
Yeah, what a good reserve too.
Yeah.
He's in the teens of tries. 15 minutes remaining. I think we may have an injury. A need for a dose of smelling salt. Young lady physio comes on.
More and more lady physios now in the game, Keith. What? St Helens, Widnes, and I think Bury Football Club. There's quite a few of them coming into the game now.
Is there a corresponding increase in the number of players wanting treatment?
And I'm certainly not going to do the groin injury game.
Not this time.
No, of course not. The Kiss of Life would be interesting.
That's only for the good-looking one. That's Keith Dixon, anyway.
Of course.
Heath Godfrey. The young centre, Gary Coulter. Well taken, Jason Donnelly. Just Keighley 9, Salford 10. Keighley, with the backing of this wind, doing most of the attacking, but 2 tries to 1 by Salford. Godfrey. Oh, what a lovely ball! What a super ball to Balalai!
Great ball from the scrum half. He's took the knock.
Yeah, indeed. And the wing gets cropped up on the other side, Julian Thompson. Well, Keighley will want to get some points in the bag before half-time. That's a long one. Wasn't very... Oh, dear. Badly directed. Burkett. Oh, is Mr. Burke giving a knock on? No, 6.
Bad mistake by Burkett.
Yeah, he should have picked that up or dropped on it. And Mick Worrell, reluctant to get up until the defence was in position. Yes, in fact, if Martin Burkett had picked that up, he'd have been away for Slade.
He could have done one of a number of things, and the thing he did was the wrong thing, you know.
Penalty. Now, it'll be interesting to see whether Dixon has a banker goal with this win. No, he doesn't look like it. They're going for a try, not even run for much length either. Gurkha Hayden Kelly starting it off. Hayden Kelly, the try scorer for Keighley, which gave them a 6-0 lead. Kevin Rose. Good rugby this. You see the mark of Tony Fisher and Peter Asprey in this. It's good all-in rugby this. Gascoigne bumped by Burgess. Godfrey. Solid tackle. The last one. Well, Dixon can have a drop. No, the high bomb, a real high one too. Now 2 of them are going to collide almost. I thought Steve Gibson was going to crash into him there.
Yeah, well taken under pressure. They're playing really well, Keighley. They're coming up as a unit once they get down into this half of the field. And there they've got the ball out.
Oh, well, it fortunately went backwards and knock on, says Mr. Bird. Difficult decision, really, but I suppose you've got to say that hand, ball and ground were all in contact at the same time.
Very little dissent. I like that about rugby league, you know, very little dissent when the referee makes the decision.
No,
and so it should be.
You get all that earache from these soccer fellas, don't you, Neil?
Well.
Well, you shouldn't disallow penalties, should you?
I should give them first. I got the Optrex Referee of the Year award last year, you know.
That's Francis Leota, penalty, not letting play the ball. So relief for Salford, who've been under a lot of pressure this last 10 minutes, so very, very spirited Keighley attacking.
That I don't like to see, but it's a good tactic in these conditions to the free kick to actually put it on the ground.
10 minutes remaining before half-time, 10-9 to Salford. Steve Carey. Well, he got a bit of beat behind that.
Gets a lower trajectory.
Therapeutic trajectory.
Salford.
It's just those 10 minutes and just the 1 point. Leota wanting to part with the ball. Cassidy, Gibson, Steve getting the confidence to come up in the line more now, which he loves doing, of course.
Oh, he does. He's terrific when he comes in the line. He's getting over a very bad hamstring.
Cassidy. Keighley 22. Falalai gets it out to Godfrey, who's having an excellent game for Keighley. This new signing, Hayden Kelly, the try scorer. Busy little beaver.
That's what I was saying earlier on, Keith. You remember? Anybody that kicks into this corner, it's a bit like Crown Flats, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. 9 oiler.
Into the 9 oil.
Hadley, good man to have, driving from your own line. Hansen. And we're talking about Shane Hansen, the number of tackles he gets through. He doesn't shirk the loose work.
Well, he drives in well. He's not a runner. Certainly a hell of a grafter.
Sherratt.
For all his awesome looks, he's a real gentleman, you know. He's a super fella.
That's a nice kick. Good kick. Saved a lot of forward slogging.
There was a tale that he'd just arrived here from New Zealand. He'd been with us about a month when he'd had the burglars. Nobody could believe it. They mustn't have known it was your house, Shane, so he's now put a photograph of himself on the fireplace.
I think one on the front door would be a good idea, too. Julian Thompson.
Get over!
Oh, good break, Coulter. What a lovely break. Oh, bad luck. Ball still spilled. Westerberg ruling.
That was a smashing break.
Yeah, knock on. Lovely break by the young centre, Gary Coulter.
He was looking to part to the winger too soon, I think, and in the end
That's right. He still had plenty of running left, and I think he realised it. But Keighley playing some excellent rugby. Salford having to defend well. And I imagine Salford will be glad to hear the half-time hooter, knowing that they've got this breeze behind them.
Well, they've made us work, there's no doubt about it.
Leota. Tony Howard. I suppose it's a calculated risk by Kevin Tamati resting the two centres.
You know, Tony Howard played for the Army, of course. He's no slouch.
Whoa! That was it, Adrian Hadley. Sheer strength. Oh, 3 tackles.
Sheer strength, Keith.
Three men tried to tackle him. 3 men got round his legs, and he crashed through all 3.
Yeah, he's pushed one off. He's still not beaten. He's pushed another off. There's another one to come yet. That's power, that. And then it's a nice, simple run in. I said it earlier, it shades of John Bevan, Keith. Worth the wait in goal, wingers like that.
We're seeing it again. A try wasn't really on at this stage, inside his own half. Look at that, pushed him off. Strong thighs, strong arms, now the fullback.
Yeah, he knows where he's going.
Fullback did it correctly. Slid down, should have got his ankle.
Yeah, it was a classic try, classic wingers try.
Well, that's the second of its kind by Adrian Hadley.
He's obviously not got the speed of Billy Burgess or Keith Fielding or people like that, so but what he does do is make up with his physique.
Well, Kevin's put him in the pack once or twice. I imagine when he feels that he's lost the edge of his speed, that he might well end up there. Not a bad kick under the circumstances. He just faded out of the post. Keighley 9, Salford 14. That's Salford's 3rd try. 2nd for Adrian Hadley. 5 minutes to go before half-time. Well, a useful lead to take in and have the wind behind you, Neil.
Yeah, I think Keighley have played particularly well downhill like this and kept it tight. They must be a little bit disappointed now to have had that try scored against them.
Well, that's 2 tries in which Adrian Hadley has brushed off tackles. I mean, the fullback, Jeff Butterfield, must be particularly unhappy. He's been brushed aside twice.
Yes, it takes some stopping, Adrian.
Indeed, I don't think either of us had changed places with Jeff Butterfield, but he must feel it. 4 minutes left before half-time. 14-9. Leota. Cassidy. All charged down. And 6 more.
Dummying.
Yeah, dummying to play the ball, in fact sticking his head in the marker. Well, surely Dixon must take the gift of 2 points, I would think, Neil.
I would think so, with this win behind. I think, you know, I don't often mention it, and people don't often mention referees, but I think Alan Burke's having a particularly good game. He's not missing much, and yet he's letting them play. Because I think there's a fine balance that they've got to work between. You know, you can either kill the game or make it, can't you?
Indeed.
But certainly not at the expense of control, hopefully.
But he's made 2 particularly fine decisions that don't often come your way, that the knock on when the ball was on the ground, and that one there.
Yeah. Smack on.
Keith Dixon to try to make it 11-14, just before half-time. Good kick. He's kicked well, this lad.
Oh, he looks well. He's nice and balanced when he takes the kick. He doesn't look like missing it.
And no more than Keighley deserve. In fact, Adrian Hadley, I think it's fair to say, has been the difference between the sides, in particular, those 2 tries.
I think we ran with a bit more purpose, and when you're tackling big fellas who are running with purpose, it will tell eventually. They have worked hard as a unit, but haven't really pierced us.
2 minutes left before half-time. 14-11 to Salford. 3 tries to 1, so it's Dixon's kicking that's keeping Keighley in the game. Keighley having to work from inside their own 22, and of course they will want to get in front before half-time. They've got to face this win. And throws. Kelly. There's the kick by Dixon.
Back in this corner.
Really good wallop. Oh, Steve, that's head on ball to Keighley. Now. Again, a case of 2 minds. I think Steve thought, well, shall I let it bounce into touch?
Well, this is what I can't understand about the rule, to be honest with you, Keith. He's caught in 2 minds there, exactly as you've said. When they kick the ball like that and let it go into touch and they get the head and the ball, I can't believe it, because what you're doing, you're punishing the kicker. Because if that had gone into touch, we'd have got head and ball.
Indeed.
Well, I seem to think, in my own
You've
opinion,
only got it because Gibson touched the ball. Or rather, they've only got it.
That's right. I mean, that should really be to their credit, or to anybody's credit, that they can get a kick in that far, not being a ball back, and don't get head and ball.
Well, they get it again from the penalty.
Rugby league nowadays, head and ball means you've got the ball.
Indeed. Oh, yes. Taken for granted. Very rarely you get one against the head.
Well, you can't if you throw it to loose forward.
Well, can Keighley get in front on half-time? Rose. Salford have got a tackle for just over a minute. Keighley trying to work a move. Heath Godfrey, Andy Gascoigne still running. The seconds and the tackle ticking away. Keighley 3 points behind. Needing a try just before half-time. Keith Dixon, no way through. Good tackling by the 2 New Zealanders. Hansen inevitably and Leota. Heath Godfrey. Good play. Kelly again.
They look dangerous when they
The
get inside
last
the
tackle. One more tackle. Good ball, he's over. Keith Dixon, what a good try. A lovely delayed pass by Heath Godfrey. Dixon was there. That's a smashing try. Oh, what a time to score it.
Yeah, terrific.
Dixon taking that short ball.
Everybody
beautifully.
expecting the ball to go along the line.
We're a minute now into added time. 15-14 with the kick to come. It shouldn't go any second. Well, what a turn-up for Neil.
Yeah, 17-14. Hey, you've got to say they deserve it, but that was slack again there. They've looked good when they got into the 25. It takes them a while to get there.
And that's it. So that was the last move of the first half. What a time to score a try and a goal, Neil.
Any time's a good time to score a try and a goal. I take your point. We've got it in front now.
17-14 to Keighley. 2 tries to Keighley by Hayden Kelly and by Dixon, the standoff half. Dixon's been kicking the goals. 2 tries by Adrian Hadley, 1 by Martin Burkitt. And if Neil and I look a trifle chilly at the moment, it's got me are a trifle chilly. Where do you get the cap from, Neil? I mean, mine's here every week. Where do you get yours from?
I went over to the main stand and a chap in there said he'd worn it in a point-to-point last week. I said, well, you know, I gave him the sob story. and I've got it on. God, I don't know how to manage without it. It really is fiercely cold here.
All right, well, let's give the half-time score yet again. Not a good one for Neil Musley and Salford. It's Keighley 17, Salford 14. Well,
you're watching British Aerospace Sportscast.
Well, we'll have a look at some action from last week. And it was your side again, Salford, Neil. It was the cup match at Sheffield Eagles, eventually won by Salford. But what a thriller. Sheffield Eagles v Salford. About a metre away from the Eagles line. Terrific opening attack this by Salford. Cassidy. Oh, what a lovely ball to Kerry. And Kerry maintains his points every match record.
Yes, keep your eye on Frank Cassidy here, the Salford number 6. Here he's got the ball. He goes round one man there, slips it behind Darryl Powell, and there's Kerry.
Nickel again. Oh, good drive. He needs support, though. What a good, strong drive. Talk about getting stronger as the game goes on, Steve. Didn't take long. Tunks. Aston. Aston Mark Aston, lovely try.
There's the play, the ball from Sonny Nickel. Long ball out now. Aston coming behind. Squeezes through 2. Makes a dummy to the fullback. Misses him. And there he goes.
That's Burgess. Oh, what a good break by Burgess. Oh, they're meant to spare. Hanson fell. Lovely try.
I think it's the big Kiwi lad, Hanson, again we have to thank. There's Cassidy. Out the ball. This is Burgess.
Lovely break by Burgess originally.
He had about 3 or 4 men outside him. We just see, there's the big Kiwi Hanson. Goes through the tackle, just pops it out. Thank you very much.
Yes, Hanson, I think, must be strongly in the running for man of the match for Salford. Yes. Bit too clever. Midcourt now, Mark Burgess again. Tremendous burst by Mark Burgess. He's going along. Mark Burgess. Keith Mumby and a try. Mumby tapped his ankle. Let's see where the path was. He's running now. We don't actually...
He gets outside Peter Tunks, who's just come back on.
Now, Keith Mumby goes after him.
Yeah, but there's no fullback at home. Mumby was in the line over here, and it was a straight foot race. And Burgess is your winner. But
Mumby does tap his ankle. Makes him stumble,
yes.
but too late.
Yeah.
Great defensive effort this by Salford. Is he over?
Yes,
that's Tony Farrell.
Where's Tony Farrell from here? There's Peter Tunks. I think he gets dropped back on the inside. Yes, he does. There's Farrell. Burrows between 2. Keeps on his feet remarkably. Yeah, that's great strength. Great strength.
Well, you must have enjoyed that, Neil. That was a
Yeah.
good win, but Eagles gave you a terrific game.
Well, you know, they're in the first division. We're in the second. But it was a tremendous game and a great atmosphere on that beautiful stadium. I felt we were too far away from the play, as it happens, because rugby league, you like it all to be nice and compact. But it was a great day for us. It's put us in the third round, and the frightening thing is we're 2 matches from Wembley.
Well, don't worry too much about it. A lot of teams are out. Let's have a look at a cracking first division game now. A real top of the table match. We saw it in midweek at Norton Park. Widnes against Hull.
You can see Tate coming back this way.
Alan Tate through, using his pace. John Devereux. John Devereux goes in for the first try.
Here comes Tate, putting back to the open side. Knocks off Patrick Entan. John Devereux runs a great angle inside. Superb ball off Tate. This lad could certainly shift for a 15-stoner.
Yeah, John Sharp did his best to get across. In fact, touched him, but Devereux's momentum carried him over. Now Sorensen. David Hume.
We might see Tony Mallow with the ball here.
Myler, the inside ball to Sorensen. Keeping it alive well. They don't like dying with the ball. Tony Myler. Paul Hume. Paul Hume takes up again. Beautiful try. Super try.
Champagne football there for Widnes. Fantastic backing up. Support play the highest order. And the man we said was looking sharp tonight, Alan Tate. Come up with the ball. Here we see Tony Marler going for the corner. Looks inside, cuts back inside. Finds in support. Paul Hume rushes off one tackle. Going to go alone there, Paul Hume. And looks to his left. Left on there, jumping on the spot is Alan Tate, the man who's finding his form.
Widnes looking hungry for points. Desperate defence needed. David Hume. Tony Myler found a gap. Alan Tate. Such a deceptive runner, Tony Myler. Glides through gaps. Sorensen. Tate. He's over.
You see a quick play of the ball. Paul Hume in at dummy half. Sorensen comes powering on the ball. Knocks off Patrick Entan. Luke's turn and who's there again? That man Alan Tate.
And the 3 tacklers, though, holding on to him.
Very strong man Alan Tate. Used his strength well there to wriggle over.
Nice dummy, now fire! And Richard Gay suffers the fate that so many fullbacks have. Now you see him, now you don't. The 41st try of the season.
Incredible try here. Typical Widnes. Get the ball out to a fire and just watch this man go. Blistering pace. International sprinter speed here from Martin. Came in then away from the fullback, and that was it. 4 pointers straight under the sticks. Sends the Widnes fans in raptures. Only this man can do that.
Widnes in full cry again. Little dummy didn't quite come off, but it's just 8 metres away. David Hume, the long one. Kurt Sorensen, lovely reverse pass by Tony Myler, and in goes Kurt Sorensen.
Here we see David Hume, long ball out to Tony Marler, drifting across field. Kurt Sorensen gives him a great angle. There's a missed tackle there. Kurt Sorensen can shift for a man who weighs between 16 and 17 stone.
Again, that gorgeous look at the glorious countryside. And now, First Division Stonesbitter Championship. Neil, let's have a look at those. Widnes at home to Sheffield Eagles. You can't really see more than Widnes there, can you?
They're a great side, Widnes.
Likewise, Wigan against Wakefield. Any match you'd pick out there, Neil?
I think Warrington and St Helens will be a real cruncher. Both still in the cup, and it's always tough going to Wilderspool, and Saints are now coming to a little bit.
Let's have a look at Division 2 now. Plenty of games in there, of course, of interest to you. So pick one out there, Neil.
Well, I think the Swinton League game's the important game there. That will be a really tough game. A local derby, both a chance of going up. Yeah, I think that would be a good game, that Swinton and Lee.
What price Runcorn getting that first victory for 2 years at home to Dewsbury, with respect to Dewsbury?
Well, we saw Dewsbury on Tuesday at Salford, and they played very well, although he scored 50-odd points against them on their own ground. Who knows? It'd be great for Jeff Fletcher and his men if they did it.
But not very nice for Dewsbury.
Well,
Carlisle, of course, they've got to win at Rydell York to keep their top 8 hopes alive. Yeah. And working to the most improved side in the division. Well, from the surrounding moors, Heathcliffian moors, to the rather more humdrum and workmanlike aspect of Lorcombe Lane, where, to remind you, the half-time score, a bit of a shock one for Salford, is Keighley 17, Salford 14, but Salford have this powerful wind in the second half, and we must get a lot of kicking, Neil.
Well, we've got to. We've got the people that can kick. I think Kevin and Terry will have been into them at half-time and shoot them up a little bit. But Keighley have looked very good when they've got into the 25.
Salford, of course, looking to preserve that 100% record in Division 2. 20 games yet to lose, and Kevin Tamity is a very proud man. He won't want to relinquish that today. Well, that's not a bad kick by Dixon against the wind. Steve Gibson. Not seen much of Paul O'Neill. Mark Lee, Sherratt. Kerry, Leota. Kerry and Cassidy. The kick for the corner. Safely pouched by Tony James.
That'll be the tactic this half, I'm sure. It needs to be a better kick than that.
Aidan Kelly. Every incentive for Keighley. Keighley 12th in the table against Salford, the undefeated leaders. What an incentive to hold on to this lead. Palalai. Oh, Dixon. Oh, no, that was a knock-on, I think. Well, perhaps not. Mr. Burke didn't see it.
I thought our man knocked it on, yes.
Indeed. Mr. Burke's the man whose opinion matters. Steve Kerry, Cassidy, Worrell, Burkett. Strong attack this way, Salford. They're trying to win back that lead. High tackle on Shane Hansen. He looks a bit groggy too.
No, he always looks like that. No, it was a high tackle, and quite rightly, he's pulled him out. No matter which side it is, we don't want to see that in the game.
Pulled out Tony James. Now, kick at goal or kick into touch?
It's going to go for goal, I think. Yes.
Well, it's 17-14 to Keighley, and the kick, it's the angle that will provide the problem. Certainly with the wind behind him, no problem getting there. It's getting it there accurately.
There's an international player just bringing the sound on. Bentley, of course, Keith Bentley.
Yes, former
witness.
Witness and Salford. Scored one of the finest tries ever in history of the game. Malcolm Matsby's famous dummy against Bradford Northern, and Bentley finished it off. It's in the 100 best tries video. Steve Kerry, back to the present day. Worth trying.
He's never far away.
Julian Thompson having a little gallop. Still throwing it about nicely, Keighley, the attractive side. Oops. Greg Hiley dropped. Palalai getting it out. Good running, excellent running. Coulter, this promising young centre, what a tackle. Ian Sherritt went right over the top then. I think Ian Sherritt caught him.
I think he caught him with his arm, yeah. He was on the way down and then coming back up again.
The Keighley crowd booing, and that's not surprisingly. I'm not saying Ian Sherritt meant it, but he certainly caught him. Well, we'll see. Now here's Gary Coulter running
back
well.
Inside.
Leota, I think
That
it
was
is
a bit
going
high,
in
but it
first.
was round the back of the neck. Now this is the bit here.
Bang.
It looks okay.
Brave lad.
Oh, he's gone down.
Gary Coulter, I think, is going to have a little breather. The lady physio helping him out.
Ross, it's been hard. It's been pretty clean, in fairness.
Oh, and a knock on, and Mr. Berg gives it. And a player down in the middle of the field. Didn't see anything particular off the wall there. Frank Cassidy, I think it is, isn't it?
Cassidy.
I think he must have had perhaps a smack in the lungs or something, but or stomach, but he's breathing heavily. McWorrell smothered. Keighley coming up very sharp. They hold this lead of 17-14, and of course the longer the game goes, the more anxious Salford will get. That's a nice kick. Taking up that point, Neil, Salford need to get in front fairly quickly to breathe easily.
Oh, that's right. Then you can settle and start to play your rugby. We don't want to be in the last 5 minutes wanting the try and goal.
But certainly would make for a thrilling finish.
Manu will accept it.
What a good push. Offside. Here, Dixon. Another one for the car park. Easily running well against this fierce wind. Comes and goes, but pretty powerful at the moment. Rose. Nice handling. Although Andy Gascoigne certainly led him into a reception committee then. It was the fullback Butterfield that got the brunt of it. Godfrey. Ball hanging in the wind. Adrian Hadley, 2 tries in the first half, showing immense strength. And the Keighley crowd give them credit getting behind their side, every tackle.
Oh, why not? Yeah, I think they're supporting them very well.
Hadley again. No way through this time. He's not quite in touch. The crowd think he is.
And the bench do.
The bench do. They play hell. Mr. Burke said he didn't play the ball.
I don't think he had much chance when somebody was kicking him. I hope that's not 2 rights making a wrong. Or is it 2 wrongs making a right?
Whichever you say, Dick. Well, seeing the joke, I think he nearly decapitated a young lady in the stand there. That's what they're laughing. But now Keighley going forward, and tremendous support from the Keighley fans. Really good stuff. Greg Keighley. 17-14 Keighley lead. Are they going to be the first side to lower Salford's banner in the league this season? They're trying hard. They've lost possession. That could be 6 more. It's hard to say. Mr. Burke will adjudicate. It's still Keighley. He's Godfrey. Gary Coulter. Godfrey. Butterfield. Kelly, Dixon. Well, fly kick by Steve Gibson, the penalty award, heading for offside. Quite a little cross about that, because in the first half, Martin Burkitt got a try from a similar sort of kick-through situation. But Steve Gibson did well then. Oh, well taken. Oh,
It was out. I can't believe that. We had a great view up here, didn't we? It was out to play. Never mind.
so Keighley. Oh, well held. What a thrilling match this is, Neil.
Oh, it's turned out to be a good one.
Good running by Rose and Keighley playing for their lives. Let him play the ball, says Mr. Burke. Keith Godfrey. Oh, storming run, Keighley. Keighley going himself. No, he lost it. Play on. He's in, surely, James.
Knock on again, I thought. Was it different?
Well, we'll see it on the replay, but what excitement here at Lawcote Lane, because against the wind, Tony James. There, the ball goes loose. Must have gone behind, scooped up. Now, Dixon. Watch number 2. Well, could have been a knock-on, Neil.
Yes, I thought it was a knock-on, and so did the Salford players, but they shouldn't have stopped. That's, you know, the golden rule is play to the whistle, isn't it?
Well, the cat's among the pigeons now, Neil.
Just a little bit.
James try makes it 21-14. And that's a fair way to come back. Important goal this by Dixon. Makes the gap bigger. Oh, he's well off. So, 7 points the margin. Keighley a little further towards taking away that Salford 100% record in Division 2, and the crowd loving it. 11 minutes into the second half, 29 to go. And a
That
sense
came
of
from a bad
urgency.
decision here, actually, you know. The ball was actually out of play, as we could see, but obviously the linesman or the touchers couldn't see it as we did.
And come on, says young Andy Burgess. It's good stuff picked by Keighley. Marvellous stuff. Well, it's the first game I've seen them play this season. They surely can't have played better than this. Great stuff.
They played some good stuff.
Two half-backs have played well, Godfrey and Dixon. Godfrey, Rose. Keighley, whose break set up that try-scoring incident. Good kick. They're playing well.
See, that is a good kick. And now we get head and ball, we should get the ball out, so they're penalised.
Terry feeds it, waits for it, it's coming out slowly. Gibson.
They've bottled Steve up quite well today, because if he's in a broken field, he's devastated.
Burgess. Keighley tackling hard. 7 points lead. The adrenaline flowing. Good kick, but again it reverses the coin now. Keighley's head and ball.
Yeah.
But an excellent game, an exciting finish in prospect. Keighley leading 21-14, facing the wind, but so far, Neil, remarkably, your side have yet to put a move together.
Yeah, we've not played well at all.
Do you think Kevin might regret, it's easy to be wise after you went, not putting the experience of John Gilfillan and Peter Williams in the centre now?
Well, not really. They've done quite well, the two centres, and in fact Burkett has scored the try, or one of the tries. And they've done it right, these two lads. It's just that when they've got into the 25, they've come in as a unit and caught us.
Keighley. Oh, he took that so well, Gascoigne. Well, do you think so, Neil?
No, I don't.
Nor me. Certainly didn't look forward. Might have been as Allenberg thought. He's nearer than we are.
Yeah.
We're 15 minutes into the second half, so just 25 to go, and it's 21-14 to Keighley. Cassidy. Gibson up in the line now. This is more like Steve Gibson. Oh, he got it out well.
Oh.
That was unfortunate for Martin Burkett because he had the sense to kick it, but couldn't gather it. But there you saw how dangerous Steve Gibson can be.
Oh, if Gibbo comes in that situation, it's say lads, hey. We've got to keep them in the 25 now, of course. Or is it the 22 metre these days? I'm never sure.
Well, you can have it either way, I think, but I think official parlance is now metres.
Is it?
But you ask the fan on the terraces, and as far as he's concerned, it's 25, and always has been
Long
25.
may that continue.
Yeah. Oh, that's a funny one. Hit McWarrell and bounced back.
Said it wasn't a charge.
There's a handover. I don't think Keighley were aware of that. Leota.
We've got to get something out of this move if we can.
Hanson. Crowd setting up a tremendous noise. We mustn't forget that Salford have a lot of people here too. Good crowd atmosphere. Short ball.
He's in.
Cassidy. Oh, he should have parted. I think he thought he was in. There were two men on the outside. Kerry. That could be a chance wasted because Cassidy had both Burkett and O'Neill. May not be too late. Shennett, the defence pushes
We've got to
him
come back the other way now.
Yeah, it's got to go wide. There's only one man to the left of the posts, but it's got to be fast. Oh, James is taking his time. My word, he took an eternity to get to that. Well, you could call that coolness.
He got there before our player. That's disappointing for us.
But I think Frank Cassidy might regret not parting with the ball then.
He ought to have passed, no question.
So Keighley breathe again, and they still hold on to this 21-14 lead. I think that was not expected when Adrian Hadley went in for his second and Salford's third try. Steve Gibson well bottled up. Hadley. Well, good strong burst, but still taken down. Tremendous game of rugby this. Perry. Anybody's ball, and it's Keighley who have it. Julian Thompson. Dixon, Rose. Godfrey. That line. Godfrey, good kick. Oh, lucky.
Yes.
James nearly carried that on. And Salford have got a long way to run it. The tackling's excellent. So decisive. Nothing from Mick Worrell. Shane Hansen.
Yeah, they're tackling tremendously well, Keighley.
Very disciplined lineup, Keighley.
Yeah, I think it's
Having to kick. Mark Lee. Butterfield has time. James. 20 minutes gone, midway through the second half. Oh, lost possession. Kerry. Well, Neil, I see your hopes raised again.
Yeah, we need to score pretty quickly. And we're still behind if we convert the goal, of course.
Oh, Hansen left it. Bad mistake. And that's what happens when you're behind and getting a little anxious. The mistakes creep in. Just look at the way they're handling it. Keighley playing an excellent game. Godfrey, this young centre, Coulter, had an impressive game. Just over 1,000, the crowd. And those that stayed away, I think, missing a super game. The crowds around 1,000 mark have been regular for Keighley this season, but on this performance, Neil, I think they deserve more.
Yes, they do. They've been on the outside.
Adrian Hadley, who broke so many tackles, scoring his 2 tries, made no progress there. Neither did Frank Cassidy. They're coming up like terriers. Tremendous tackling, and the crowd making enough noise for 5,000. Cassidy.
That's stupid.
I think he was held back. It's going to be a penalty. It was rather silly to release it then, and Keith Dixon was prevented from running away with it because Mr. Burke noticed a little obstruction, a little holding back, and a chance for Steve Kerry to bang it deep into Keighley territory and for Salford to run. Now the Salford fans in the crowd getting behind their side. 7 points they trail. Shane Hansen, the first drive. Salford have to score at least twice. Kerry. Again the tackling holds. That was Coulter. Mick Worrell. Got it out. A dummy, and it didn't come off. Burkett. Salford storming the Keighley line, desperate for points. And what's happening there? Held on his back. Indeed. Salford desperate for a try. Mr. Burke and take head and ball to Keighley. Shouts someone.
About 500 shouted it, I think.
That's as many Salford supporters as you've got here, is it?
I'm not sure.
That could be the turnaround now. Crucial knock on.
Oh,
Kerry. They're refusing to get it wide somehow, Neil.
I don't know what's going on.
There again, the drive, single man drive. But it does suck tacklers in.
Should set something up from that now.
Cassidy, the short ball, but Hansen, Leota. Cassidy himself. What, 2 movements? He's over now?
I don't think he's over.
Just about a foot away. Hansen meant to spare. Burgess. He was held. That's incredible cover.
Yeah.
Absolutely remarkable cover. There was no one there when Burgess got it. Lost possession. Well, Andy Burgess thought he'd room himself. Adrian Hadley was on his outside. So that's Cassidy and Burgess who hung on with men in support. And the minutes ticking away. (21-14). Can Keighley hold out? Become the first side to beat Salford in a second division game this season. They've 15 minutes to hold out. Plenty of time for Salford, of course, but not a point to show in this second half. It speaks well for the discipline of Keighley that they've not given away even a penalty goal.
I think, well, you know, when you're playing a team that's undefeated and you're in front and playing pretty well, I think that's all the motivation you need just to raise your game. They certainly have raised the game. They've raised it even from the first half, haven't they?
Indeed. Very much so. Head and ball to Salford, but they've been driven back by that very astute kick against the wind. And what a smashing match these two have given us. Mr. Burke isn't happy with that, so it all has to happen again. Go through the motions again, Salford, before they can start running. Out it comes this time, Kerry. What a good tackle by Dixon on his opposite number. Hadley coming in, not beating the tackles quite as easily this half. No way through for Burkett. Cassidy.
And I thought 6 more, but he's not waved them off.
Oh, what an awful pass. What a terrible pass by Martin Burkett. And it's not happening for Salford. The errors are creeping in, Neil.
Unfortunately, they're creeping in more and more now, and that's a bad sign for us. I don't know what we're going to do with rugby league scrums, Keith.
James, I think it's now taken for granted, as you said, if you have head and ball, it's possession. Palalai. They're running like men possessed. They can see a victory over Salford and a nice winning pay packet. Keighley. Dixon. Oh, look, good short ball. Gascoigne, Dixon again. Good running. Oh, a super sidestepping run. Well, how on earth Keith are in 12th place in Division 2 with performances like this? Rose, Keighley, the props running. Dixon. Well taken by Kerry. Oh dear. Godfrey. Same the other way.
Two injured then.
Salford a bit lucky to escape that. McWarrell. Burkett. Good tackle. Good cover. They've just not been missing their tackles. Burkett. O'Neill. Cassidy. Kerry. Again, excellent tackling. Hayden Kelly. Burgess. Just held it. Leota. Little kick by Lee, chased by Hadley. Hadley went for the touchdown. drop out from under the post, so made dead by the defender. This will give Salford possession, but Keighley hanging on splendidly to this lead. 21 points to 14. Keighley lead. Half-time it was 17-14. So despite having the backing of this powerful wind, Salford no points this half. Oops, that was so nearly a knock on. Paul O'Neill up to the 22. And if Salford get a try, what a finish that would give us. Cassidy, Kerry, no way through, caught flat-footed.
Getting up on us very quickly.
Cassidy. Oh, that swirl. Knock on, but unlucky Keighley there. Claiming a charge down. McWorrell tried hard.
Yeah, the second rower who's gone 20 yards with no support, that's bad.
Just 10 minutes remaining. Can Keighley hold out? Can Salford retain that unbeaten record?
Oh.
Not with passes like that. Really has been a sloppy second half, has to be said, for your side, Neil.
Yeah, they've not put it together at all in the second half. I was quite confident at half-time. They played really well in the first half. The second half's been a terrible performance. Man, it's been made more difficult by the opposition who have played particularly well.
They have,
but that's what
indeed.
it's all about anyway.
Well, they were encouraged by 17-14 half-time lead. No doubt Tony Fisher said, look, you're against the wind, but you're in front. Tackle, 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 and that's what they've done.
So that's the basics.
Good front row forward play that. In a good 20 metres, an excellent drive. And Keighley throwing it in their own half. Nice hand. Oh, what a shame. I suppose that was always the risk.
In this wind, it's not recommended, is it? This left centre's played quite well. He's made some good breaks and run the ball in well.
Jason Donnelly, but now head and ball to Salford as the minutes tick away. Kerry has it. Cassidy bottled up on the 22. Keighley maintaining this tremendous tackling stint. First time past them by Burkitt. That's a penalty. Looks as if a punch could well have gone in.
Head-eye tackle.
But really, I don't think Salford are going to, well, they'll gain 6 tackles. Or is Steve Kerry at this late stage having to go
and then
run it?
goal wins it,
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully. If you're a Salford man.
Yes, indeed. So a vital kick by Steve Kerry. If he lands this, it's 21-16. And as Neil has said, a try and a goal would then win it. Well, Steve Kerry, more than 300 points this season. This could be one of his most vital goals.
Yes.
Yes, so the last few minutes are going to be very, very significant and very exciting.
And they're not rushing it, Keighley, and who can blame them?
Keighley 21, Salford 16. Salford need a try and a goal to win this match. And on our watch, we just have 7 minutes. Dixon, a good kick.
It's a good kick in this one.
Salford to go into pursuit of a try and a goal that could snatch it and retain their unbeaten record. Keighley to hang on to what would be a well-deserved victory. They're coming up so quickly, smothering Francis Leota. Cassidy, the long one. Burkett. Well, he better hang on. They're trying to pull him from limb. Oh, and he's chipped. He was offside. Mr. Burke said it was offside. Keighley substitute warning up. Front row forward Kevin Rose goes off. Getting a tremendous round of applause from the fans in the grandstand.
I think we should be sat up here.
Tim Walsh, the sub. Now Keighley will run it. They can play it 2 ways. They can play 6 or they can go for winning points. Keighley. And another score for Keighley now would finish it, I think. Neil.
Oh, I'm sure it
left.
would.
Possession lost. Knock on. That's unfortunate for Keighley. They could have made it very hard for Salford. Salford have got to run it from their own half. It's 5 minutes to go. They trail 21-16. Out it comes. Steve Gibson hesitated, didn't make any ground. Burgess, no room for him either. Terrific tackling this by Keighley. And Frank Cassidy and Andy Burgess, who held on with support, might live to rue those errors. Good tackle. Good kick, but it's
Well
straight into touch. 4 minutes remaining. Just 4 minutes. Keighley won't be in a hurry to get this restarted. They do have head and ball. Almost certainly means possession. And if they hold it for 6, that cuts down the timing. Another minute or 2. Dixon, who's had an excellent game at half-back. In fact, Heath Godfrey and Keith Dixon have been a good half-back pairing. Donnelly, Coulter. Thompson, Keighley, slipped forward. Well, certainly not forward in the eyes of the law. Good pass. Tackles running away, but so are the seconds. Now, drop goal attempted. No. Oh, he's through. Lovely sidestepping. Just had his ankle tack. Last tackle now. Surely a drop goal attempt. No. 3 minutes left. Salford have it. They need to try and a goal to win. Too late to talk about tying this match, I think. One or the other. But smashing tackling again. That was Jason Donnelly.
Had a good game.
And then Adrian Haddies loses another tackle. Salford surely have got to move it. Paul O'Neill. We're on the 5th already. It's going to be a kick and chase, I think. Well taken by Coulter. What a thrilling match this has been.
Cassidy suffered from a very bad cut with the looks of it. Keeps wiping it away in the face.
Yes, 2 minutes left. Keighley. Into the last 2 minutes. Keighley 21, Salford 16. Salford less than 2 minutes away from losing their 100% league record. Gascoigne spills it. Went backwards. Gascoigne thinks. Referee says no. So, Neil, this could be last chance saloon.
Yeah, this is the last chance.
It's inside the Salford half. They should get possession, but then they've got to break this tigerish tackling and go something like 70 metres. Cassidy, no one behind him. That's one tackle gone. The tackling coming up. Hadley brought down. Really, no one's breaking these tackles.
No, the tackling's been terrific.
We make it just over a minute to go. Well,
it needs a broken field and
the
some
pass
pace.
was on. That was a waste of a tackle. Rather than risk the interception, Markley wouldn't throw it. Cassidy, Kerry. Now the run on. No. Howard went without it. And that could well have been. Yep. Half a minute to go on our watch. 21-16 for Keighley. May just be a bit of added time here and there, but not a lot. He's not wasting time getting up.
Gibson's walking back.
Why should he? Ten seconds of normal time remaining. Oh, what a good ball. Caroline. Into added time. James again. Dixon. And that was critical. It hit O'Neill on the foot, and instead of being head and ball to Salford, it's head and ball to Keighley. And surely this is it. They only have to hold it for 6.
Hold it for 6. That's surely all they'll do now, is just drive in. Take the tackles.
Dixon.
We desperately want the ball in.
Donnelly. Well, why
We could get it. We could get it.
All they had to do was hold it for 6.
Inside to Hadley. He's going to go under the sticks. He's going to win it.
Incredible.
He's going to win it.
Incredible finish. An unbelievable finish. Salford have snatched it at the last gasp.
I can't believe it.
Adrian Hadley scored his hat-trick. And Keighley must be heartbroken.
Oh, they've got to be, haven't they?
All they had to do was play 6. Let's see it now.
Good break by Tony Howard, and he had enough presence of mind to just way up inside to Hadley, who's had a hell of a game, Adrian. And once he made the break here, I said to you, didn't I, he's won it under the sticks.
He knew it too.
He knew it, he's cruising now. That's desperate luck for Keighley. A desperately good luck for us, I suppose.
Well, all Keighley had to do, they were 5 metres away from the Salford line. We said it at the time.
Yes.
Tuck it up their jerseys.
Just going for 6.
Play 6. They tried to throw it.
The lad who dropped it was the left centre who had a good game.
Jason Donnelly.
What a shame.
But you must have sympathy for Keighley. They've tackled their hearts out. They've not missed a tackle in that second half. And then in the closing seconds of the match, I wouldn't be at all surprised if the hooter goes once Steve Kerry has kicked this.
That's an absolute stick.
Mind you, in all fairness, he's got to do it, Steve. We're giving Salford the victory. He's got to kick it.
He'd have walked home if he hadn't kicked that.
Well, Neil, for the first time this half, there's a smile on your face.
Oh, dear. I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. And there's the hooter. And the heartbroken Keighley players. Well, in all honesty, Neil, you've got to say, Salford were lucky.
Keighley with a better side, doing the basics. That was desperate luck for Keighley. It's easy for me to say, being a Salford man, but I'm trying to be objective. That was a shame.
Well, you know, there's not much money here at Keighley on gates of 1,000, but those lads who played for them out there deserve winning money.
I tell you what, they will definitely climb the league if they play like that every week. That was a terrific performance.
Superlative rugby. And I noticed that in the distance that our man Peter Judge is bringing Adrian Hadley over. So while that's happening, Adrian Hadley a hat-trick, of course. Well, we've just said it, Neil. At half-time, 17-14 to Keighley. Seconds to go, head and ball to Keighley. They get the ball, play 6, and they didn't.
That's all they need to do, just play 6 and drive it in. We've got to still get the length of the field after 6 tackles.
But then again, you've got to say that Tony Howard did the right thing, and Adrian Hadley still had 50, 60 metres to go when he caught the ball.
He still needed scoring the try, but you've got to maximise on your opponent's mistakes, I suppose.
There's arms waving because Graham Carty, the secretary of Salford, is pointing. What's he saying to you, Neil?
Sorry,
We've got Adrian Hadley anyway, I think. Is he near a camera? Neil is having a chat with his secretary. Neil, he's supposed to be talking to me. You get less money for
professionalism.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said try and get the VT coffee for. He didn't mention anything about money, lads.
Trying honestly,
I must apologise.
I lost my summariser then.
That was the secretary of Salford Rugby Club.
I'll tell you what, I can't even blow my nose because we're in vision, Neil, I'm afraid. Where's Peter Judge with Adrian
Would
Hadley?
anybody like a dewdrop?
Yeah, that's right. Neil, let's keep on talking. We must gather ourselves. What a match, though. When Adrian Hadley got his second try, it was 14-9. Then they got to try Keighley just before half-time to lead 17-14. And there hasn't been better tackling in a second division game than Keighley's in the second half.
That's right, because if you were writing the script, you think at half-time, well, Salford, 20 matches, and all the star players they've got, coming downhill with the wind behind, only 17-14 behind, you've got to think, well, Salford would do it easily. But these lads stuck to the task, the Keighley boys, and as well as tackling hard, which they did, they ran the ball out quite ferociously as well and were prepared to throw it about.
Well,
at the end, that killed
did them. I mean, young Jason Donnelly tried to slip the ball into the, into support to get a try. What a shame. Well, Adrian Hadley, after all, won't be coming with us. I could have sworn I saw Peter Judge leading him towards the camera.
Yeah.
Let's have a look what we've got in store for you on Monday and Tuesday. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, well, that match you said was the best in the first division, Neil. Warrington versus St Helens, a cracking derby match. Both Warrington and St Helens in the cup, of course, next week. And Widnes versus Sheffield. Widnes, who went to the top of the league earlier this week with that cracking win over Hull. Well, Sheffield will do well to win that. Well, we've got Tony Fisher coming. Well, this will be interesting to see because Tony, great old warhorse that he is, and a man who would like to manage the Welsh international side when he comes back, he must be terribly, terribly heartbroken.
Oh, he's got to be.
He's also, interesting to see, he's got a handkerchief to his nose.
Well, that's nothing to do with Adrian Hadley not coming out, by the way.
No, Tony Fisher, who I see,
That's a
there
good
he
lad,
is,
Tony.
sporting a beard.
Yeah.
Yes, for a brand new beard. I think he's taking the hair off his head too to put in for the beard. Tony Fisher, great competitor, great front row forward, great Britain international front row forward. And let's try and imagine what he'll say. He's going to say that my side of the better side, that Salford were lucky, they took their chance well, but, my lads played their hearts out and deserved the points.
Yeah, well, if he can come up smiling after that, he deserves a medal because he'll smile, obviously, on Monday or Tuesday of this week, but tonight he's got to be a little bit sick.
Well, he should be down there now. Peter Judge will be getting ready to talk to Tony Fisher.
As you say, Keith, a bitterly disappointed Tony Fisher.
Yes, very much so, yes. We played so well, and then one mistake gives the side Salford the game. Very disappointed. We are proving that we're getting to be a good side now. We've had 3 hard games this week. We've played Warrington, Halifax, and now Salford. And to play a game like that today, it proves that we're getting somewhere.
But you looked so much in control, and you had the tackles to go. You could have still played the ball, and just a little bit of lapse of concentration, perhaps.
Very much so, I mean, what you'll realise is a lot of our players are 20-year-old. There's young Jason there, he's 20-year-old, and he's going to get the experience from this.
What about your new signing at scrum half? He seemed to give you an awful lot of width and depth.
Very much so, yes. There we got a first division player. I think he's a very good scrum half, and he should be playing first division rugby, really. But nobody realises his talent except for Peter and myself.
You said before the game that you were quietly confident, and with just seconds to go, you must have thought, well, this is it. We've toppled the mighty Salford.
That's right. I mean, we work hard behind the scenes. The players have been working hard. Everybody's been working hard at Keighley. It's nice to get the atmosphere and the cameras here at Keighley to prove that we are doing something about it.
When you look at this little ground, it is described as one of the most pleasant grounds. It just needs a lick of paint here and there. And perhaps, if we do go into 3 divisions, you're going to be in and amongst the second division leaders.
That's right. I mean, when you talk about a little bit of paint here and there, we want to get players first and the paint afterwards.
What about the international scene now? As far as I can check from the records, you're the only Welsh coach in the game at present, and with the re-emergence of the Welsh team perhaps to play Papua New Guinea and the Russians, do you think you're in with a chance for that job?
Yes, I would think so. Obviously, I mean, I want to be the Welsh coach. I mean, I'd love to be. And on today's performance and everything like that, it's obviously you can see that we are trying to coach properly and we're capable of doing so.
There's still a shortage of players for the Welsh side, and one of those is at hooker. What's the chances that you might just have to pull the pads on again?
No, I don't think so. This game today, I mean, I think I'll be in sin bin all the time and I'll play till I'm 51 if that was the case.
Well, it was a marvellous performance from Keighley. Sadly, you didn't quite do it, but perhaps it puts you in good stead for the rest of the season.
That's right, but again, we wanted the 2 points to get in this top 8. It would be nice. We decided, Peter and myself, decided if we get 2 points out of these 3 games, 2 games this week, we'd have been all right. We'd get in the top 8. It makes it harder for ourselves now, but we will get down to it. We'll get down to it.
Our commiserations, but I think you go along. Congratulations to Salford.
And thank you very much for your hospitality. Thank you.
What a lovely character Tony Fisher really is. A super chap. He can come up smiling and cheerful even after seeing the game taken away from him and giving us a wave. Super Tony Fisher. Do you think he could make a good Welsh coach?
Oh, I'm sure so. I tell you what a good competitor when he played, of course, and he played at the very highest level. And he's very passionate about the game, and you need that, the enthusiasm. And he obviously has the know-how. I think he'd be a good coach, yeah.
And a significant thing in his commentary, he mentioned that Jason Donnelly, 20 years old, will learn a lot from this game. I think what he meant was it was Jason Donnelly who spilled that ball that made the try.
Well, that's why he'll make a good coach for the national side, because he's a diplomat as well, of course. And you do have to be diplomatic when you're dealing with players, and you're dealing with people.
If you know Tony Fisher, he isn't always a diplomat.
Well, no.
He's a lovely man, though. Well, I think it's time we get off this drafty tower now, isn't it, really?
We're delighted to get off it. But I have enjoyed it. It's been quite a nice experience, Keith, and it's always nice to be with you, you know that.
Now, that, I gather, is Jason Donnelly. He's been quickly out of the bath. Well, no, he's not. He's still got... I think he must be feeling pretty rotten and pretty sick. He sat there on his own in the grandstand thinking about it. I think a sad young man. I think... Yes, the girl's going to have a chat to him, Jason Donnelly, but it's a little unkind to say that his error alone. Yes, I think he's just about to hurl the bandages down in disgust.
Because I'd only said earlier, hadn't I, Keith, that he'd had a smashing game, and he had, and I think he's got to build on that and not let that destroy him. I'm sure as a good pro he'll not. Every day is a learning day.
The Lady Fisher has gone across to console him. The poor lad, he looks as if he doesn't want to go in the dressing room and face his teammates. But really, everybody makes mistakes.
Right.
It's when you make 1:30 seconds to go.
Yeah, we've seen a few mistakes today by everybody on.
Well, Frank Cassidy and Andy Burgess both failed to throw the ball when the chance. So a lot of drama in today's game, a lot of human drama.
Well, I think that's what makes the sport, really, because you know, we don't always agree with decisions, we don't always agree with the players doing certain things, and people make mistakes and other people capitalise, and they're all the ingredients for a smashing afternoon out, because if there's a better afternoon out than watching a game of rugby league, I've got to find it.
Well, what a wonderful tribute, David.
I mean that.
Well, from a soccer referee. Now, there's a lad who at the moment doesn't think too much about an afternoon of rugby league, but he's having a little drink, and by tonight he'll have got it out of his system. Had a great game, Jason Donnelly. Made one mistake, it was a crucial one, but, you know, had a smashing game. Got a good future in it. OK, well, that's it. Just to remind you that Salford have clung on by the skin of their teeth to their 100% record by beating Keighley by 21 points to 20 with Adrian Hadley's try and Steve Kerry's goal in the last seconds of the match. We've had an absolute thriller of a game here at Lorcombe Lane. Unlucky Keighley. Salford go into the cup game with Oldham next week, still undefeated. My thanks to Neil Midgley, who suddenly realised what a nice easy life he has as a soccer referee compared with being a rugby league summariser in the breezes. Thanks a lot, Neil.
Do ask me when it's summertime, won't you, next time?
If ever we get it. From us all here at Sportscast, in front of and behind the cameras, goodbye for now.